Hi guys, I am just stopping in to do a little PSA on services. So, as of right now, I am extremely overwhelmed with bookings. And I'm not complaining, like I'm thrilled. You guys are great, but I, as a one caster, can only do so much. So I've got like stacks and stacks of just stacks everywhere of services that I'm trying to do for you guys. But everybody keeps booking. So what I need you to do, I don't want you to stop booking, but what I need you to do is talk to me. If you guys could start using consultations as an option, because my inbox is filled with people's requests. And it's taking a lot of my time to go through them because you guys need more one-on-one help. You're asking me, what's the best way to proceed and what's the best options for me, this and that. So keep in mind that the very first step is typically consultation. If you've already spoken with me briefly and I've told you it's best that you go get a reading, then that is what you need to do. Don't come back to me and tell me, oh, I don't have the money right now, or I can't, or sometimes you guys lie and say, yeah, I've had that reading, or I don't know. It's always something, but the readings are there for a reason. We need to be able to actually see your situation so that we're not stumbling around in the dark and just throwing magic at your situation. We've had a lot of new clients coming in, and it's the same old story, is that I've gotten ripped off. They threw a bunch of magic at my situation, and then we do the reading and we see that situation is a complete disaster because you guys were misled. And so we don't function like that. That is why we do readings. We don't just tell you, hey, just book any spell. Like, for instance, I have a love situation. I need a love spell. Oh yeah, go ahead and book a love spell. We're not going to do that. That's not how we do things. So we have all these different forms of divination put into place by our readers for a reason. Every type of divination that we use can do different things. Some are surface level. Some do better for love situations or money situations, or, there's all these different forms of divination that we do that are important. So it's not going to always just be tarot as your best option. Now, I've hired new people, and I also have a independent contractor that is doing spells for the LGBTQ community, and he can help with services, but he does specialize in LGBTQ. So keep that in mind. If I'm absolutely overflowing with work, which I am, and I can't squeeze you in till it's looking like mid-March right now, he should be able to help you out with those things. I know you guys don't want to leave me and go with someone else, but this is somebody that I trust, and he works very closely with me. So, but that being said, I am trying to squeeze everybody in. Just keep in mind that there is going to be a wait. I usually like to give myself a 2 to 6 week grace period. And I put this down for you guys, part of your booking process. It'll state in there that we start the work immediately, but we have up until 6 weeks to finish. At this point, because I have let so many people book, because so many people really needed to book, it's looking like it could be up to 8 weeks. But again, I want to make it really clear. The moment that you book, I start doing your petitions. I start putting your information together. I start using my practices, my incantations, my codes, my demons, and all these things are put into motion immediately. So it's not like you're waiting and nothing's being done. I am absolutely working on every single one of you. It's being drawn out because I have so many of you at once. I hope that makes sense. Now, and I want to touch back on divination again because I'm all over the place. I'm so scatterbrained. I have so much shit going on. I'm even having to write and customize new services for you guys. I just spent all night last night. I worked 15 hours straight yesterday to go in, and we had to basically renovate the whole website again. And I had just done this a couple weeks ago, where I had to go in and I had to redo everything so that it is up to standards for the laws in the United States and for our state. So I'm trying to make everything stay legal for us, for you guys. And then to protect us further, I had to go in and redo everything again yesterday. Now, this is per the guidance of my attorneys that help oversee Purgatory's operations. So we have something now that's in place called a PRA, and what that is a private religion association, and that is what we are falling under as of now, because there is a lot of really fucked up shit going on in the occult community. As you guys know, there's a lot of scammers out there. You guys are seeing it. You're coming to us because you've been scammed, and it's making the rest of us that actually use this as a science and put our everything into it, it's making us look bad. And so what is happening is now it's catching the attention of people that shouldn't be paying attention to it because it's none of their damn business. But like in some states, it's illegal to read tarot, or, they go after people for certain things depending on how they word things and how they do things, because you can't offer fortune telling. We don't do fortune telling, so we have to be careful of how we word everything so that they know that this is actually an occult science and that we teach and that we do all kinds of stuff. So I have gone back in and I have changed everything, all our wording. So it's going to throw you guys off when you go into the website. You're going to see that there's no use of witchcraft. There's no use of tarot. There's no use of the word magic. There's no fortune telling, no psychic. You're not going to see any of those words in there. It's going to appear to be very strange. We fall under the safety of religious freedom, and that is a constitutional right. So to be protected by law, we have to say that we are practicing religious freedom, and that there is a law that keeps us safe from that, or for that. You will also see things like for entertainment purposes only, and that we make no claims to cure or fix your life completely, in other words. So just pay attention to everything. The way I worded it, it's all to keep everybody safe. It's to keep us up and operating so that we can help you guys. I mean, we are actually doing the job of pretty much everybody in the world right now to help you guys, because all the systems have failed all of us. Let's just be honest. So back to divination. Haley, who is also known by Scythian. Now, she has been with us. She's our head divinator. She does all the tarot, okay? The only tarot that she doesn't do is any kind of occult or demon related tarot. It's just not her gig. It doesn't vibe with her. So we have, Olivian has taken over even all my divination that I was offering you guys, like smoke divination and Ouija board divination, all these different forms of divination that I was helping Haley with, I have now given over to Olivian. That does not mean that she is working solely. That does not mean that she is not working under my guidance. I have actually been working very closely with her for the last couple of weeks. That's another reason why I'm just overwhelmed right now, is because I'm trying to train new people on how to use the websites and the systems, all the tech stuff, all the way that we book and the services, the way they're listed. It's just a whole huge thing that you have to learn, and it's overwhelming. So we have been trying to all come together and help each other out and work with each other on your guys' divination and your services. So that being said, let's remember that if you need to check the status of your magical workings or your services, you will need to touch base with Haley for tarot readings. She can do all of that. She can check your services. She can check the outcomes. She can check things, pretty much everything through tarot, except for demon stuff. Now, that's not to say that you can't check these things through demon tarot. You absolutely can. And Olivian is doing, she does the demon tarot, she does occult tarot, she does demon angel tarot, which is because demons also have an angelic side. So she can do all those, and she can get very detailed in it, and you can do any kind of reading with those. She also offers palm reading, which is amazing if you guys want to discover things that you don't know and you can't see in tarot. Palm reading is really, really interesting, and there's a whole science behind it, and it connects to everything. Tarot, the zodiacs, everything connects to palm reading, face reading, and all the other forms of divination we do. They're all connected. Now, Olivia and I have been working very closely with the runes. We're trying to perfect a system that works best for us and for you guys. So we have been working very closely on that together. We've come to figure out some things that we really like to do with the runes, and the runes have been able to get us very, very deep into your guys' lives. And they come with a full report, a very, very detailed report. I actually have some client reviews that I haven't put up yet about how great their experience was with the runes. So that is something I really highly recommend if you guys want to get really deep beneath the top layers of your situation. Now, as for our bones, which is called osteomancy, it is a form of divination that we are using. We have been using it for a long time, but we are perfecting that as well. I have put together, I was actually going to make a post about it, explaining it to you guys. I've put together a really, really amazing bone kit, and we've put it through ritual. We've used it, and we love it. It's speaking to us on levels that we had never imagined. And we can also use that with other forms of divination like the runes and tarot. So if we ever, for some reason, got stumped in an area on some form of divination, we can use a second form of divination to get a clear answer. So keep that in mind. So don't get stale, don't get bored, don't assume that there's only one form of divination that can help you. All of these systems are put into place for a reason. It's not because, oh, we thought that this one would be fun and we'll just offer it. It's because each one does different things, and they're all amazing, and they all work well together. And like I said, everything is connected. So we could even do a face reading and connect you guys to all kinds of stuff in your astrology. Now keep up with me because I'm all over the place. So, I mean, this is my life as someone with ADHD. At least I get stuff done, but I am all over the place. My mind's so active. Okay, so I have a stock of services. Right now I have a huge stock of private services that I am working on. Because I do close these services periodically when I get overwhelmed. I have told you guys that I'm going to close them because I am starting to get overwhelmed. But here's the thing. Since you guys all need spells right now, if you absolutely need to book a private service, I will work you in and I will start your service. But you have to remember that it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. And you're not just sitting there collecting dust. I am working on it. So you're welcome to book. If you touch base with me, you must have a consultation. You need to have a reading, because I'm not going to recommend services until we know what's going on with you. Because then I would be like those other people that we don't even want to mention. Okay? So we want what's best for you. We want to have a plan of action. We want to make sure that you're taken care of and that nobody's screwing up your life because we just jumped into services. Now, that being said, I offer group spells for those of you on a budget, for those of you that know your situation well enough to understand that if you do this spell, it's going to help your situation. There's nothing that can go wrong with it because it's very straightforward. These spells also act as boosters to boost past work that you've done. People use these as their step-by-step process in their spell work to keep things going in the right direction. But these are all people that communicate with me, and we all kind of know where everybody's at. So the point is if you're going to need a lot of help, if you have a situation that is concerning because it's very complicated or it's very detailed, those are the people that need to get private service spells. Those are the people that need divination. As far as the group spells go, I always recommend to get divination done often for guidance. But I don't have to hold your hand with these spells because, like I said, they're very straightforward. I'm talking about the group spells. They're very straightforward. So for these, you are booking at your own discretion. That's not to say I'm not going to guide you through the process, but this is at your own discretion. Private services are different in the aspect of it being, it's a more you're working one-on-one with your practitioner. There's a lot more communication. There's a lot more detail that goes into those spells, because some people need more detail. Some people's situations are super complicated. They're super complex. There's a whole bunch of stuff we have to do to get them where they need to be. Another option we have is, I have a couple clients that do this all the time, and it gets to be kind of crazy, but we do have a 911 option for spell work. That doesn't cover group spells, that covers private service spells. If something terribly goes wrong in your life and you've done all you can physically or legally or medically or whatever, and you absolutely need spell work like now, we have a 911 option. I don't like to tell everybody this because then people take advantage of it. So this is for serious, serious situations. If you need something done immediately, the 911 option is you book the service after you've consulted with me, and then there is a $400 charge to have it done the next morning. And the reason why is because I have to rush out and make sure I have all my supplies. I have to make sure that I have all my sigils printed. I have to find all my incantations. I have to put together all of your stuff within the matter of 24 hours so that you can have your emergency service, and it's very stressful. So that is why there's that huge additional fee. But you do get it done the next business day. But again, please don't do that. Please don't go book and then say, oh, I want to give you the extra 911 fee so that you can do this. You need to talk to me first, because there might be a situation where I absolutely can't do it. As for everybody else, if you need a private service, talk to me. Keep in mind, it's going to be a wait, but we do start immediately. As for my private service clients that booked back in mid-January, you're almost done. Like I said, there's a lot of you. There is so many of you. And there's so many things that I'm trying to juggle right now. But we've been working on them all along. So that is for my private service clients that have been waiting since mid-January. I think you guys know that that's pretty standard. It's just that I like to get them done sooner than our grace period. Our grace period the cutoff is 6 weeks. I like to get them done way sooner than that. The tops I ever want to go over is 2 weeks, but it has been a long time because we've just had so much going on. So know that I am working on that. They're almost done. For the people that have been waiting, those are almost done, and I will be touching base soon, and I want to thank you for being patient. I really appreciate it. So to summarize, the way things work here, especially for new people, is number 1, we get a consultation. Number 2, we get a reading. Number 3, then we can put you into a plan of action to see if you need private service spells, to see if group spells will work for you. Again, you can book group spells no matter what. You don't need a consultation for that. But then you can't come back and say, hey, I shouldn't have booked this because now I didn't do this and that right. That's why I say it's upon your own free will. You have the option to book these spells, but you should always get divination. Always, always, always. It's so important. That should be part of your spiritual hygiene. And then there is the fact that I'm getting way, way, way too many messages, and that is not anything against you guys. I know you guys need help. That's what I'm here for. But there's a pretty significant wait for me to respond to messages right now. Just if you absolutely need my help, talk to me, talk to Haley, talk to Olivian, reach out to PA Inquiries. Sorry, that was my crow in the background, Zozo. Anyway, so for those of you that are new coming to us, welcome, and I'm glad that you're here, and we will do everything we can to help you. It will not be a repeat of your past situations that ended very badly for some of you. Most importantly, this is the most important first step, is that you go through our website, purgatoryapotheca.com, and you read through all of our policies and our terms and our rules and our laws. All the things there are put into place to keep you safe and to keep us safe, and so that we can have a nice professional business relationship, and so that we can help you. But you have to understand how things work. So please familiarize yourself with our website, with our policies, and with our services. Every service has a description. So be sure that you're reading those descriptions. When we offer our group specials, a lot of you just come and say, well, what spell do I book? But please, I put those descriptions in there for a reason. It takes me a long time to write those up, so please read them. I know some of you may be sitting around thinking, I'm sitting around able to answer all these questions, but that's why I take the time to write everything out very specifically and very detailed so that you guys understand what things are, how they work, what they do, what I do. It's all there, black and white. There's nothing hidden. Please read. And then the other thing is, it is absolutely important that you subscribe to our website for us to be able to accept you as a client. That is our VIP members program. So you have to follow us on Instagram. You have to be a subscriber to our website, and that is how you receive these specials. If you don't do these things, we're going to have to start dropping people, because this is what protects everybody under the law. I also make posts on following our team. That is very, very important. Our team consists of quite a few people, and I don't always put their links up because we have a paranormal team. We have people that make our candles. We have people that are kind of our sister and brother teams that are like other practitioners that we know that we work closely with. We work with a ton of people. I can't stress that enough. We work with a lot of people, but not all of them want to be recognized by the public. Some of them are very private people. Our paranormal team are very private people. Our candle people are very private people. We have discussed them before briefly, but they just really don't want to be acknowledged because they just don't feel that there's a need to. There's a lot of drama in the occult community and they don't want to be part of it. That being said, the people that I advertise the most, it's because what they offer is very important. Those are our divinatory services. So our divinatory specialists, which is Olivian, and Cynthia, which is also Haley. And then we also have the practitioner that is doing the LGBTQ stuff. I've advertised him a few times. And then Dean kind of does his own thing. He's doing the neuro-linguistic programming and stuff like that. But I know he likes to teach, and so there's also that option. If you decide that you want something more advanced and you want to learn, then you can touch base with him. But these are people that I want you to follow their accounts, and I keep putting these posts up for you guys to follow these people, and no one listens to me. There's a reason why you need to do this. These are part of our team. If you can't get a hold of me, you need to get a hold of one of them. We also, I've told you this before, we also offer classes. If you guys are interested in doing your own spell work with a solid foundation that is actually going to work, or you want to get into demonolatry, we offer classes for that. But it's not just we're going to sit down and teach you how to do spells. You have to start at the foundation, and that is working through rites. That's how we do things there. So it's very, very difficult and challenging work, but it absolutely pays off if you're dedicated to it, and not many people are, and not many people can do it. So keep that in mind. It is an option, but it's serious work. Okay, lastly, and then there's going to be a wrap here. So we've got a couple have asked for custom services. Now, occasionally I will create a personalized service for a client if I feel that what we're offering on our website is not enough, and I will customize something specifically for your situation. Recently, we had put up one that goes into your whole family's DNA. It takes your DNA, and we do this whole deep dive, and we create a report for your whole family DNA to find your ancestors, because a lot of people have been asking about who their ancestors are because they want to work closely with them. So we do things like that. Today, Olivian was asked a question about finding your occult name. So there is a whole science behind that. There's systems and things that we can use to find your real occult name. We can also do this with demons and angels through your all your astrology, through numerology, through gematria, all these different systems. We create a whole program, we sit down and we look at everything, and then we create a whole report, and then we can do certain things with these reports, and you get those reports. In this case, she was asked if somebody could generate or find her occult name, or I don't know if it was a him or a her. So one of the clients had asked, and I told her, yes, we absolutely can, and I told her how we can do it. So that is something, if you guys are interested in finding your occult name, your demon, your angel, your ancestry, or your ancestors, we can do all those things. It is a process. It takes a long time. It's a lot of work. Olivia and I have already sat here for hours and hours and hours every day trying to make sure that we are very, very detailed, very specific, and very accurate, because we don't want any mistakes. So that is that. Again, our whole team is working really, really hard to make sure that everybody's taken care of. I don't know what happened. Is like the last few months it was really slow, and then all of a sudden you guys just swarmed in, and I don't think we were ready for it because things had been so quiet. But you're here, and I'm happy. We're all happy to have you. We're happy to help. And know that you're in good hands. We're working day and night. Like I said, I worked 15 hours yesterday, and I'm exhausted. And here I am behind on group spells, mainly because I had some of you ask me to delay them because you're waiting on paychecks. So keep that in mind. It's not just me, it's you guys too. But we work together and we do the best we can. So let me just be very clear on that. We've got the stripping of the veil spell. We've got Castaway, Bite Your Tongue, and Love Eater they're due to be cast today, and I'm still working on petitions, but I'm working on them and they will get done, and as soon as they are, I will post photos and videos. And I want to thank you all so much for being patient. I really appreciate it. Know that big things are coming, big changes. We are constantly looking to improve and do fun stuff, and we're not going to let you down. All right. Thank you guys. Love you. Bye.